Hello YouTube and welcome back to the Platypus Gaming channel. This episode is going to mark the unfortunate early end to this portion of my Hexxit series. If you've watched the last few episodes, you'll know that basically my hardware setup and Wolfie's hardware setup can't really keep up with the amount of terrain that's been generated and I guess the number of NPCs that are currently generated in the world. And as a result of that, Wolfie has been having a hard time connecting to the server, and the frame rates have been getting progressively worse and worse, making it harder to actually play the game. But have no fear, one of my subscribers, the wonderful Scotty Delicious, has been kind enough to actually donate the use of his server and set it up for us. So come next week, we will be able to start a brand new adventure on his world. And most of the mods from this series will be carried over, except the Tale of Kingship mod, because as I've pointed out already, the mod isn't quite ready for multiplayer yet, and it's also not quite complete yet. So, the kingdom building aspect and the trading aspect, those are all there. But after that, there's not that much you can really do. The storyline aspects, other than the refuel attack, haven't been worked out yet, and that's fine. Mods can be in development. That's no fault of the mod at all. It's just it spawns all these structures in, and then you've got nothing to do with them really. So it's a little bit frustrating. But nonetheless, I think I did a pretty good job with this build. I'm just kind of doing a little bit of an aerial tour right now of the place, just to show it off one last time. So for this episode, I'm just going to basically show off the final state of this world before we move on to a new world on our new server. Uh, as you can see, the Tale of Kingship town, I didn't do much more building on it, and I was just giving an aerial tour. I think it looks quite nice. I decorated it with the paths and the lamps and planted my own trees and stuff there, so that's all fine and good. Remember when I said I would be moving into Explosion Castle? Well, I did a bunch of building off camera and got the place all ready to live in. I have some sugarcane and some cactus farming there. But before we tour that, I was going to show off the millionaire town that we're living next to. This is, I think it's a Byzantine town. I haven't actually done too much trading with them. I've given them some wool and some stone here and there. Um, but they've done a lot of this stuff on their own. When I first moved in, there was maybe 4 buildings, and they've really expanded quite a bit, including this watchtower here next to this skeleton fortress that Wolfie and I cleared out at one point. This is actually, at this point here, is where the last episode ended, where I was attacked by those bandits. This town was raided by bandits almost every night. Um, and they were never actually in any danger because they have those towers and they have really high defenses. But every time the bandits attacked, there would be a huge lag spike. So in the end, me and Wolfie had to go out in the wilderness, find the bandit camp, and take it out so that it would stop attacking. That was a bit tough. And now this is Explosion Castle. So I brought over a bunch of soldiers from the Tale of Kingship mod and left them here in the courtyard. This tower here, I think I said on video that I want to make into a magic tower, but there actually wasn't enough room in here for it to be a fully fledged magic tower. So instead I was going to use it as a portal room, so that would be my portal to the Twilight Forest and of course the Nether down there, but I hadn't set those up yet at this point. And going over here on the left, this is the living area, and most of the decorations were done by Wolfie. So we've got a table with cookie on it, bed, some paintings. I think the place overall turned out quite nice. And this is what I was working on for the most part. This is actually an automated item sorting system using the extra utilities mod. So I'm going to pop down here and have a quick look at it. That first chest you saw on the right was the drop-off chest. So it's up there, and the items travel along the tubes, and through the yellow pipe extensions there, they will only enter a inventory chest that already contains that item in it. So that way, basically, items would automatically get sorted based on where they already are. And at the back there, I have another line coming in. That's from an automated smeltery system that I have set up, and I'll show that off in a second. And that tube up, that going up in the ceiling, goes to my magic area. So that brings the flowers and dyes and all the other magic things I need for magic up to the top level. And there's the drop-off chest, and you can see there it goes, working automatically. And that cobblestone, or stone brick, should have ended up in there. On the right here we have a library and enchanting area. Pretty basic. Here we have the smeltery that I use for actually creating tools and stuff. There I have a bunch of casts and some random materials. Those are the books from Tinker's Constructs. And this is my automatic smeltery. So what I do is I put the metal into the smeltery, and then I just have to flick the lever for either ingots or bricks. You can see already there's quite a bit of tick lag. Some of these blocks just don't break when they're supposed to. And the way I set it up is using the redstone clock, again from Extra Utilities mod. So for instance, I flip the ingot lever, the clock will tick and pulse a redstone signal, and that is enough to basically automatically pour out the molten metal into the ingot cast, and then a hopper drains it out into my item storage system, and the same with the block. So there's the redstone clock that's controlling the block. I didn't do much downstairs. It's pretty much the same way that we left it. And up here is the magic area. So this is Ars Magica. This is a light nexus, and it's powering a Kale Factor, which is the furnace thing on the left, and the item repair thing on the right. This is my Thaumcraft area. I hadn't gotten too far into it yet. What I was going to do is have the golems running with the essences into this little underground area here, using that staircase there, and the staircase has one space for 1 block high entities to go through, so golems can go through. And I forgot to point out, but the chests in there are connected to the automatic item sorting system, and those bring the shards and flowers and stuff up there. I've done a little bit of chocobo breeding. I managed to get my way to a green and blue chocobo, so I was well on my way to getting some good stuff there. Here I was just growing the Geisel greens, and those are the those berries that... Anyways, that's all for now, folks. We're just putting the final touches on the new server and everything, so once that's done, you can start expecting regular updates again. But for now, take care.